Hi everyone, Cheryl here today with KaDoodle Bug Designs, and today we're working on You Color My World. Isn't she cute? She's the lion out of this set. And so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I wanted to do, and I'll go over a lot with you while I'm coloring, is I want to show you that on the back piece, I did size all the pieces within the box. So in Cricut Design Space, so you know when you're in there and you can make the box size bigger, smaller. So I made this one 5.94 by 7.49, which gives us her at about 3.5 inches by, well, once this is cut off, she's going to be about 3.25 inch. And so let's go ahead and get started, and I'll show you. I'm trying to think if I can set her somewhere here where you'll be able to see her. Okay. So I'm going to kind of go over all the papers and the colors with you and then kind of show you. So I'm using the tea dye distressed ink and then just a dauber. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you're coming back, welcome back. It's good to have you. So on the corner here, if you're on a cell phone, you can make the screen enlarged. That way you won't miss anything down here at the bottom. Okay, so for the cardstock I used, it's Paper Tray Inks Kraft cardstock. And so on the body, we don't really need to distress this body because it's hidden under her dress. And then for the head, I'm only going to do the ears. And I'm just going to do the edges. Let me go ahead and get that inked up. So for the muzzle, I went ahead and used Bazzill's, I think it's called Blank Check. It's actually sorry you guys, I'm a little slow today. It's actually one of those shimmers. But the color just is such a perfect creamy color for their muzzle that I tend to grab it and I need to stop because I had a whole pack of it and I'm going through it. So I'm going to have to find another color that I want to use for the muzzles, and I'm not quite sure yet. I did find, however, and it'll be in my next video, on the skin colors. So I did find a nice cream that will work for the skin tones. And I'm just kind of dabbing out and twisting as I go. Okay. So we've got that. All the pieces are done now, the tail and everything. So I think, let's go to the purple and the pink. So this is an old, close to my heart, Pansy purple, and that's what I'm using for her dress. Her dress is from Bo Bunny. It's called Bee-utiful You. It's actually at the design paper line. And so I thought it would just be super cute. Now, she originally holds a crayon, but I wanted her more Eastery. So that's where I went. And that's why she's going to have this little peep, which I could have cut the peep out. I had a bunch of them from the Easter hedgehog one I had done a long time ago. Whoops, I just put that on the wrong color. Let me get that out of my way. Okay, so the peep is smaller than what I wanted, but you know what? It works. And if I was going to cut it out, I probably would have cut it a little bigger. But we're going to do whiskers. We're going to do her eyes and just have fun with her. So her little bottom part of her dress, I always say they're bloomers, but I don't know. They're just the under, like her little skirt. So that goes underneath. Okay, and now we can do our pink. I'm using Stampin' Up's pink pirouette. Now, I always try to say, if you're like me, I have some refills that are for other colors. I don't know how or why I have them, but you could always use those on your glass mat or a tile. If you don't have a glass mat, you can get a little tile or anything that you have. Like if you have an old dish that you keep down, or in your craft room, you can use that as well. And you could just soak it up with your dauber. I would soak it up with the flat dauber, I think. I don't know if I've soaked up with this one yet. But anyways, so I'm just using the pink pirouette on this. And okay, so we've got her little peep done. And so let's go ahead, and I think I've went over everything. The white is just the white from American Crafts cardstock. And the brown, this brown is actually from Paper Tentress. It's a really thick or thicker cardstock. I really like the color of it. And I forgot the color, you guys. And I did not write that one down. I don't know why. I think because I grabbed it last minute. Okay. So the first thing we want to put down on her is her tail. And let's go ahead and we'll get that done. So I'm going to show you how I altered this. I don't know why the glue. Why I'm having issues already. Okay. I just started. I had to go to the grocery store this morning. I was like, and get a prescription and some few little groceries. And I thought, I hope I have time to do a video because I have a couple posts I need to do too. But okay, so we've got the tail piece on. And we'll get the other piece. Now, the tool I'm using is the Viker tool. I bought this off of Amazon, a set of 2. I did go and find that they do have refills. So if we have to purchase the little nibs for the ends, we can do that. They come in different sets of all sorts, but pretty cheap. Now, someone did tell me you can break these open, but I don't know if I want to break these open and all the little gems will come out. I thought, I don't know if I'd want to do that. All right, so we're going to do her left sleeve next. So this is where, whoops, the sleeve. Let me find the right one. I think it is this one. So we can just kind of push that down. And then we're going to put her legs on next. And it's this one first because that other one a little bit comes and overlaps a little bit. And so... let's see. Sometimes for the bigger pieces, it works better to have the flatter, the one I've used up more. So I'll sometimes keep both of them next to me. All right, so her little legs are on. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and put the bottom of her dress on too. Might as well get that done while we're here. So this little Viker tool, I got it off of Amazon. I originally bought it for the dewdrops to pick them up. And I thought, oh, it worked perfect for these. So I've been using them for this too. So on the little piece, I want to cut off that, let's see if these scissors are going to work. Oh, these are some oldies, but I want to cut off this part of the crayon. So I'm just going to kind of, but I want to keep that part on for her hand. Okay. So now we can get her dress on. Let's go ahead and do that really quick. And the glue I'm using is the Art Glitter Glue. I love putting these together. Oh, her body, you guys. You know what? On one of them, I did not put the body on. So, I knew I forgot something. Okay, where did I put that pen? Usually I put it in this glass dish, but I think I forgot to do that. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, so we can just kind of lift that. And her body should kind of tuck under. I only need really the top piece, so I could have actually just cut it down. On one of them, I didn't put the body, and then on the other one, I did. I actually just cut the top like I just told you. I cut the top and just slid it under the dress, but for the video, I should show you that. Yes, it comes with the body, and we probably want to put that in just to kind of show you the layers. Okay, so for the dress part, let's go ahead and get that back on. Okay. So let's just make sure that's all down. Okay, so now we can put, she has another sleeve and then she has one arm. So on this one arm, I don't want to put the glue at the bottom part because I want to be able to slide in the peep. You could do her holding an egg or, you know, whatever. Or if you want her holding the crayon, I probably should do her too with the crayon, just so she has that done too. Okay, let's see if we can kind of bring that down a little bit. Okay. And then I'll get her little sleeve on her little dress. Super cute, right? She is so cute. Okay. All right, so I think I've got that done. Let's go ahead and get her face together. So on her face, we want to add her little ears. So her ears are the ones that I cut in the blank check. They're a little lighter. Okay. And then her face will go on top of her head. And I'm just putting the glue on the back of this. And so you can kind of get her face done up separately. And then it'll end up going right here. Oh, we want the hair in the middle. I knew I was forgetting a piece. Oh my goodness. I was working on a ton of stuff last night and trying to catch up because I lost out like all last week just being sick. Really just made me lose out. But anyways, so, and I hit this tray over here. I'm going to leave her hair off. I'll have to come back in with it, but her little hair goes up here. I'm going to leave room to add that in after, but I'm not going to try to look right now. Anyways, the hair would go next. So we'll just say that. Let's say the hair goes next. And I don't know if I have a marker that I could use, but here, we'll just kind of go ahead and color that up really quick. Okay. That way it reminds me later because I'm not going to add it right now. Yeah, I ended up hitting this tray I have that holds like, I have a ton of these cut out in there and different ones. And I kind of just line them up. Oh, but that's okay. All right. So we've got her face on and we're going to add her little mouth to her little cheeks and all that. So the little mouth, I just put a little bit of glue down here and then I'll try to just pick it up like so with it. And that way it kind of helps a little bit. But yeah, it's funny because when I went to do the first one, I forgot about the body. Don't ask me how, because it was right here on the tray. It must have got slid off to the side. But anyways, I was like, oops, I didn't add the body. So on the muzzle part, I like to leave room open at the top, as you can see right here. That way it helps. Whoops, and I'm going to shake you. Sorry. To get the eyes in. And that way you don't have, like, at least for me, I like that I can choose. Whoops, I think I want her little mouth up a little more. And it was stuck on there good. I'm gonna put the mouth up a tad more. Now I have to add the glue again. Sorry. Let's see. All right. Oh, and I think I moved it over too much. Oh, well, I'm going to leave it for now. Okay. So I want to be able to slide these eyes in up here. So what I like to do is, if you're looking, if you could see, one of them doesn't have the dots put on top of the glossy accents, but we'll do that. I'll kind of show you. But anyways, I kind of just find where I'm thinking the placement's going to be. And I'm thinking it's right about there. And so I'll just pick up these little eyes. Now you can come down as much as you want. It's really going to be up to whatever you like. And so if you want them down more or up more, it's going to really depend on if you want them in more or out more. Whatever you like is how you want to go with those. I just kind of mess around with them, but and see. Okay. So on this one here, I'm not going to bring usually I bring the blacks up higher, but on this one, I'm actually bringing it down a little bit. Don't like that right there. There we go. Okay. So I think that's pretty good. I'm going to see if I need to add just a tad of glue back there, since I kind of left that up for a little bit. Okay, now another thing I like about this tool is you can come around these eyes. If you're going to do liner or pin or anything, you want to make sure there's no glue on this outside, which sometimes there is, but the end of this picks it up really nice, and I could still see that. That's going to bug me. Oh well, I can't fuss with that right now. I'll spend too much time on it. Okay, so now that we have that part done, we can go ahead and do, let's go ahead and do her eyes really quick. Let me move that out of my way. So I ended up having to replace my pen. I don't know, or my Micron pen. I don't know if one of my videos, I think that I had done, it may not even be, well, yeah, it should be up. One of my pins was going out, so I went back to Amazon. It's my favorite one, the 005. I love the 003, you guys. So I bought a set of 4. It came with the brown, or they call it sepia. I think it's the sepia, and black. And so you get 2, 1 of each on both colors. So I love both colors. So, and I love both these sizes are probably the best that I think for doing the lashes, because they're the finest. Anyway, so I'm just going to come in and let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. And so we're just going to do the little outlines like her eyeliner. So we're going to give her a little eyeliner, and we can always come back in. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to do the lashes. And so her little lashes, and this one's a 003 Micron pen that I'm using. And I'm just going to come and do, oops, and I went up on the white. I feel like I'm really far away from her, so it's a little harder for me to do when I'm doing on the camera. Anyway, so you can come back in if you want to fill in these lashes. And I like to start with them kind of like how I have them right now, because once I get the shadowing on for her shadows, I could come back in and do dark. So normally I use the black, but on her I thought, oh, I want to use the sepia color. So that's what I'm using right now. So for her shadowing, like on that one, I'm going to actually use a couple different colors on her eyes. So the first color I want to start with is a brown, and I'm using Stampin' Up! Chalks is what I'm going to be using. I'm going to use Close to Cocoa to start with. And I'm just using an angled 1/8 inch brush. And these brushes I bought at Michael's, but I'm sure you could probably find them on Amazon. Maybe cheaper. There may be a set of them, but I like the angled to come in. And I also use another blender too. It's a shader. So I've done a little brown. I want to come in with a little bit of the lavender lace. It kind of matches her dress a little bit. So I'm going to come in with that color and then blow off the excess and then wipe off the brush on just this rag. And then I'm going to come in with some Pixie Pink. It's kind of a medium pink up here. Blend that down. And then blow off the excess on that. And now I want to come in with a little bit of black down here in the corner. And I like how the black just kind of ties everything together. Okay, so I think I'm done with that part. So now I'm going to come back in on her lashes with a 005, and I'm going to add some, thinking I'm going to add some lashes. Hopefully I didn't end up with the one that's going out. Oh, wait, no, I didn't. I was going to say, my goodness. And then just kind of come in and do her little lashes. Okay, and then I like to add some little dots on her. All right, and so we're going to go ahead and do her cheeks really quick. So let's do that. So I'm using another brush. This one's the number 1, and I bought a set of 12 of these off of Amazon. Okay, so I'm going to do her cheeks in, I want to say I used Pixie Pink. We're going to try the Pixie Pink because I do come in with a little bit of the white chalk. So I'm still using chalk, and you can come in with the little white. And I like to blow off the rest and then come up. I don't need any white on there, but I do need some pink. I want a little bit of pink up here. Okay. And if we want to go darker, you can go darker. It's really up to you. Okay. All right. I think that's going to be good. All right. And so next I'm going to use the Posca paint pen. These, I got a set of 2 of these off of eBay, but you can get them on Amazon. Someone had left me a comment saying they had purchased them off of Amazon. And so when I go, I bought 2 sets of 2 because the price was really good. And I thought, oh, I use them so much. So I'm just going to start adding a little bit of her little marks. And we'll just do 1 there. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and add her little peep in. So she's going to hold that little peep. And then we have her little bow. We can add her bow, and then we'll add the little, these are the Robin's Nest dewdrops. We'll go ahead and add those. And I think we're almost done. So, oh, and her whiskers. I'll show you how I did the whiskers. So the whiskers, I have a really old spool of that. Let's see. Okay, and there should be a little white piece that I cut right there. I'm going to add that too, and I'll come back in later and add her little hair piece. It's okay. I know I have it in that tray. There's just, I have too many things, and I can't believe I scooted them all together. So now I'll have to pull them out and get that done. Okay, so let's go ahead and add her little gem. So this comes in a set with a bunch of different colors, and these are from the Robin's Nest. I love using the dewdrops on these. I also use them on my cards and projects and scrapbooks and so forth. But anyway, so I'm going to add 1 there, and then I'll clean those up after. Let me just push those to the side. Okay, whoops. So we'll let that dry. So I'm just using a transparent thread. This is a nylon. You can use probably fishing wire or whatever you have around your house if you want to do whiskers. You're going to have a hard time probably seeing this. Let me zoom. So I just kind of wrap them around my fingers, you know, to give me 2. And it doesn't matter how big. I'm not going to try to do them small because I'll have a time. So that just won't work for me. So I'm going to take these and twist it right in the middle. And then I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the back part of, I think this is Hot Fudge, the paper. I forgot the name of it. I grabbed this one last minute because it wasn't in my scraps, but I just kind of added it to the nose. Whoops. Well, I did. Usually it works out easier, but I'm under this camera. Ah! Okay, wait a minute, you guys. see if I could find where I was at. Okay, so let me twist it again because I'm having a hard time seeing. All right, let me go back. So usually what I'll do is I'll add a dab of glue, right? And then you can plop those down and they should stick. Okay, so see how they kind of stuck to my hand too. Now I did show in one of my videos where you could actually cut out two noses and then do it with using two noses, but I didn't want to do that on this. I had too many files I was cutting out, so it wasn't just cutting one file, I was cutting like 6 files. Okay, so whatever's left I usually just come in, so there's some really long pieces and I'll trim those up. So that, and then usually if on the loop, you can cut those loops. But I could see on this side, I must have, oh, I could see there's that loop. It's really big. But I'm going to cut these down. Whoops. Okay. And you could kind of move them if you need. But I think they're going to be okay. And if I need to cut them down more, I will. All right. So we have our little nose on. And we'll just add the little white to there. And then down there. Okay. And then I need to glue on the peep. And then her other paw. There it is, her hand. And then we're done. Oh, and the peep's eyes. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue down to the bottom part. Well, that's a lot of glue. So I added a lot of glue, and I'm going to just see how she's going to hold her, kind of like so. That looks good. So I like that. Oops, go back up. Okay, and then for the eyes on the peep, I used some little gems from, I don't know if you remember the iRock tool. It's a heating tool that would heat these little gems up. I don't really use the tool. I've had it for years, but I do use the gems. So we're going to just add these to the little peep, just kind of wherever we want. And just plop those down. And then we're going to do her eyes and we're done. And that's pretty much it. Just push those down a little bit. Okay. So on her eyes, I'm going to add the glossy accents, and then I'll show you on the other one how you can use the paint pen to go over the glossy accents. So let me just add this. Oh, Misha. It's either a delivery driver. And she gets so funny when the UPS comes. She loves the UPS guy. Okay. So I'm gonna set her side to dry. She is done. And so we're done with her. Let me just set her side. So see how the eyes, you can come over the glossy accents once it's dried with your paint pen and add your little dots. I love this about that. So there you go. And so we are done. And so I hope you enjoyed my video today. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe so that way you don't miss out on any of my future videos. And thank you all for stopping by. Have a good day.